Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Let's take another look here at Solana, see what's going on. 235 and some change here, pulling back this lower potential support range. We may see 230, 225 now that we've lost and kind of potentially broken through that 237. I'm emphasizing the word, potentially and hypothetically today because we may not continue to further down much further at all. Honestly, if Bitcoin can stabilize at the 91.5 to 92K range, Solana will probably hold, but Solana has been showing signs of weakness here recently, kind of unpairing itself with Bitcoin. Bitcoin established higher highs and essentially continued upwards. We can see Solana didn't even come close, right? So it didn't break its recent high. So that just kind of goes to show it's a little bit on the weak side for the moment. So I would say that expecting the price of Solana just to instantly recover, buying the dip right now, might be a bad idea. Just throwing it out there. It's just a hypothetical, responsible thing to say. So let's take a look at the backend data and double check some stuff, kind of see where we're at. Thanks again to my Solana community for always hitting that like button, commenting below. If you're new to the channel, I have a trading academy community and signals group. Got a lot of new traders coming over there, so just be mindful. I provide trade signals. You got, of course, a really awesome community here that you can communicate with. We did take profits on OP yesterday for a long position, and of course we secured profits on an ETH short just to be safe. I closed that kind of early, at least a percentage of the total trade, but more importantly we took 28%, basically 29% on a Bitcoin long from 91.6 to 93.4, just below its all-time high. Anyways, not trading Solana exactly with swing trades. My day trading bots in and out of the Solana market daily, right? I think we get 2 or 3 signals per day on that one. But the truth is we want to be careful and cautious in taking a trade right now. I think it's too early to short and it's too late to long, or too late to long, too early to short. Doesn't matter how you say it. I think we're in this transition and it's important to be patient. Once more, 90% or higher of trading is waiting to find the right opportunity. Okay, so if you're just itching to find a trade and you're watching this video, you're like, I need to find a Solana long or a short. I have to do it. I can't live without it. You're probably in the wrong place. Okay, not saying that that couldn't still be the situation, but generally speaking, I'm going to tell you how things are with the charts, and from a bird's eye view, kind of a glance, we can see that this isn't really a good call to take a long. And generally speaking, a short wouldn't make a ton of sense either, just because we barely test this lower support range, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to short into a support level. It makes more sense to short into a resistance. Okay. Anyways, just kind of throwing it out there. I want you to be a safe trader, and hypothetically, being patient is very safe. So 250. So what is it? 247 to 250 is that range of upper liquidation, lower levels. We can see all the way down as low as 230 to 227. So I think our community, I was talking with, well, actually it didn't talk too much, but I noticed after I posted a playout chart, somebody mentioned, what is it? She's a mess. That's a cool name, by the way. 227 as a potential consideration for either a long or just where the price may bounce. I agree with that, and also want to reaffirm 230 as a potential area as well. So 230, 227, that little range is a nice little range, okay? And the whole point of me mentioning that is just that that's kind of traveling into this lower support range. Keep in mind this previous support range is based on highs that haven't been tested yet, so we still don't know how those are going to hold, but generally speaking, previous highs can work as new lows, and that's hopefully the anticipation here. So I'm just going to save you some summary here, or I'll summarize rather, save the details, spare the details. Daily time frame still bullish, even though we had a red day today. Okay, no other way around it. We're crossing back under 70 here, so if you got a long position open, you should secure profits on that. That's basically what it's telling us, because there's an overall shift in momentum, but everything else is still bullish. We're still above every single moving average, and there's really not much here kind of letting us know that we're going to see a monumental drop, but it's letting us know there's a starting point here of the reversal. So just, it's like a 60% chance we see downside and 40% not, right? It's not that big. Again, you don't take a trade based on one time frame either, and you don't use 30 time frames either. I don't know why people have 70 different time frames that they use, 27 minute, 38 hour, 14 days. Well, that one kind of makes sense, but even still, it's not beneficial to inundate yourself with too much information. Literally, if you use 30 different time frames, you're never going to be able to make a good, sound decision. You're always going to be convincing yourself to take a trade. Anyways, less is more in a lot of ways. But don't go as low as just using Elliott wave only. please. I see people talking in our community about that. It is ridiculous how unsuccessful that can be. It's always right because it gives you two hypotheticals. It's so dumb. Anyways, we're here for Solana 4-hour time frame SMAs. We are underneath the 20-day SMA right now, folks. This is not good. This is that trend line, that trend setter. This is the short-term trend, kind of letting us know that we've broken tentatively bearish. And again, tentative is the emphasis here. But the truth is, we swept this lower area of liquidation, check. We are establishing lower highs officially at this point. While we haven't closed below, that's still yet to remains to be seen. We got an hour left in this candle. That's why we don't prematurely just jump into a short. I know there's a consideration for it, but hypothetically, we want to wait for a little bit longer before you do that. Either way, I have this hypothetical here as well. Again, speaking of Elliott wave, this is strictly hypothetical. If the price pulls back lower, it would make sense for it to hit its 0.382 fib level, to bounce. Again, hypothetically, to hit its 0.236, which does make a lot of sense considering there's a lot of volume in this range here, so a lot of candle closures in the 4-hour, and then potentially further down. So this is take it with a grain of salt kind of situation here. There's no guarantee that's going to happen, but the likelihood of further downside is becoming greater now that we're below the 20-day SMA. Okay, and once more, that still hasn't officially closed yet, so little premature there. But we are right here at the 50-day SMA. Sorry, I misspoke. 50 on the RSI. And when we break below that, that's when we have to start worrying. That's why we kind of wait to see if this level of support can hold first, okay? So it's important just to wait. You'll see on the hourly another reason why waiting is a good idea, but we can see stochastic and MACD telling us further downside makes sense. So statistically, you have a slightly higher chance or probability of further downside based on the 4-hour and the daily time frame so far. The hourly time frame is also going to probably confirm that in a way. We have the lagging span, which is free and clear now. That's indication number one. That's usually my primary go-to for a short trade, if I'm going to consider one. Secondary go-to outside of this this pattern here, basically Ichimoku, is basically closing below the local low, which we are doing or have done on the hourly. Second to that, we got the conversion line below the baseline. We got momentum to the downside. And the last thing here that's kind of the caveat is just being within the cloud. This is generally construed as a no-buy zone. It's also known as a no-sell zone. So hypothetically, the price goes sideways like this here. This is a consideration for a short, not right here. That's kind of what it's telling us. But again, statistically, you're slightly more probable to find success to the downside. Just make sure you're not like super uber greedy and you're trying to short down to like 150 or something stupid. That probably won't work. We've got a ton of support between now and 200. So work your way within the fib levels or work your way within these areas that have proven themselves to be strong resistances, turn support. For example, $225 is that key level there. Again, 225 to 230, pretty solid little range. In fact, we could probably extend out this little support range here just to get better perspective, because I personally think that that whole area may be an area in which we range bound before we consider either direction. So good chance we probably see something along these lines here where it just kind of hangs out in that range before it decides to pick a side. That's if we get to that range, right? But between now and then, the presumption is that the price should continue lower. We're still respecting our slightly larger moving averages and or ascending trends. So trust me, folks. That's why taking a short position right now, you're going to find more success considering a price going down, but you're also going to find less success if you're super greedy. So again, secure profits somewhere in this zone. Okay. I personally like to shoot for 4% plays on a 5x leverage trade, usually equaling about 20%. So if I come down here, for example, I would probably want to secure profits around 225 to 227. That just makes that makes sense for a consideration on a short. That's if you want to take a short. Shorting Solana is a higher risk trade anyways. So anyways, I've probably given you way too much information today. I'm sorry. I know a lot of folks turn to me for clarification, and I probably didn't do that today. But the whole point of me talking about all this and all these circles I go in is mainly just to kind of inundate you with some, best practice, some things that'll help you in the long run, food for thought. You have to make your own decision at the end of the day. This is not my call. Even if you follow my signals, it's still your risk tolerance you need to apply and learn how to do it yourself. So that's the whole concept, if you will, right? I'd rather give you a fish than no. I would like to teach you how to fish or trade instead of just handing it to you, right? Either way, I hope that this is beneficial. Thanks again for listening to me rant and rave. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and congratulations on some awesome profits to those who secured profits on their long from the low 200s. Great job. And also, of course, congrats to our community members for the nice profits on our Bitcoin long, 29%, ETH short, pretty small profit, and of course our OP long from yesterday. Hope you all have a good rest of your day. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. Thanks again for your time. Take care.